Art styles. Every artist has at least one, even if they say they don't. However, the more we learn to draw, the better our art styles evolve into what we may or may not like. Others often inspire us to create our art styles whenever we start to take our art seriously. We learn all of our practices from many kinds of media. For me, it was anime, which is why my art style is pretty anime and cartoony-like. Others are often inspired by the artists who make their content on YouTube or social media in general. We aspire to be like them. We aspire to have our art look just as good as theirs. So, to get our artwork to look just as good as the people we aspire to be like, we practice. We practice their styles and the methods that they use to achieve what we want our art to look like. Art is nothing but passion, creation, and learning. In this video, I will take the time to appreciate my biggest inspirations in my art journey by drawing in 7 different art styles using a wheel generator. I cannot promise you that my attempts at mimicking these styles will be any good, but I can promise you that we're gonna have some fun. So if you're cool with that and you're down with that, everyone get ready and buckle the f up, cause here we go. Boo, you stole that from the Cub Scouts, you stupid bitch. Now, before I started using the wheel generator I made for this video, the art style that I will be drawing first is my own. P.S. My art style varies from time to time. I can't really help it, to be fair. Although I usually use the same method for my art pieces, so that's something. In other words, my art style is a bit inconsistent. That's really just the con of being a noob, though. Get it? Because my username is Space Noobs. You get it.
Shut the f up!
No, but in all seriousness though, I just figured this decision would be the perfect opportunity to not only appreciate my biggest inspirations in art, but also appreciate myself for how far I've come as a young artist. And I'm looking forward to the future of my art journey when I continue studying and building the channel that I've always wanted to make. An artist who is self-loving and enjoys the way that they draw? What a rare concept! Okay, so I decided to draw a certain variant of my persona. My persona has a good chunk of different versions from over the past few years, and this one so happens to be my top favorite. I'm currently coming up with an official design of my persona that will end up having brand new character sprites and will be used in my future videos. I'm liking what I've come up so far because I drew an entire page worth of concept art 2 days ago. And once I'm finished making a newer, more space/galaxy themed version of my character, which is why I don't like my current parts, because 1, it's outdated design-wise, and 2, it's just not my style anymore. But yeah, I'm making a final design change for my persona or mascot, and I think after that, I'll feel a little happier with the way my YouTube channel looks. Quick small fact, I also really want to be a VTuber. Who said that? Anyways, back to my art style. My art style is pretty purple tinted, I guess, and I like to make my characters' eyes look like they're sleep deprived occasionally. I'm not sleep deprived though. For some context of the style choice, I usually have my glasses on my head in real life because it keeps my locks out of my face for when I'm doing stuff. So naturally, my persona also has her glasses on her head, but for a completely different reason. That reason being, I just really wanted to draw her eyes more clearly in the eye. Last thing I'll say about this headshot of my persona is that she literally looks like a complete diva in this drawing. Like, this is literally her. Like, I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. This literally looks like that she smokes cigarettes out of the window after a long day of work. She's just standing there like, crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A room with rats. Rats made me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. Okay, you get it. Anyways, I'm gonna pass the mic to my past self and she'll show you the first different art style. That'll be the next thing I draw right about now. Thank you, future me. Anyways, I have 20 art styles that I will be rolling today. These art styles actually mean a lot to me and they honestly just inspire me to draw the way that I do. So we're going to do, how many did I say I was gonna do? We're gonna do 6 different art styles and it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. Okay. All right. First one. Let's see. Caddy, I love her. Oh my god. I actually really don't know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's Katrinci? Damn! I think it's Katrinci, but I'll call her Kat for now. I actually had a hard time drawing in her style because I didn't necessarily know what type of style from her that I should pick. So this might have been a flop, but I sorta mixed her methods together as one overall interpretation of her art. I did this with some other styles that you'll hopefully stick around to see, but yeah, I've made 2 attempts to achieve the look that I'm satisfied with, and I'm not necessarily sure if this is a good invitation, but it was still very cool to see my character drawn in a specific way. Also, mega props to Kat for being the only artist who had a certain way they drew locks. No hate to anyone else though, but I low-key had to make guesses of how I think some of them would draw their locks. But that's just a heads up. Anyways, this is my attempt at Kat's art style, and now on to the next. Next one. Friday Night Funkin'. Okay, so there's like one thing that I will say about Friday Night Funkin'. There's something, I don't know, I can't even say it right now. I'm gonna save it for later. We're gonna save it for later, okay? Friday Night Funkin'. God, I cannot play that game for. I'm like so bad at mashing the arrow keys for the game on time. And to be fair, I don't really play video games like that on the computer, so it's really difficult for me. And sometimes I sulk in sadness wondering how other people play rhythm games on the computer on the hardest mode ever. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and get into what I think of my process when drawing in this style. Okay, but this art style has to be one of the easiest art styles I've done in this video. My main references for this style were Pico, Nene, and Keith, and that was really good. There's not much I have to say. Drawing this was okay, I guess. I can't really remember my thoughts while drawing this since I finished the drawing at 1 a.m. in the morning. One thing that I will critique about this attempt is that I initially made a mistake. I was originally planning on going back to redo the line art, and then I forgot. By the time I even realized I forgot to redo the line art, I ran out of time. So sorry for my art style not being as thick as the FNF style. Other than that, this was fun. Now, let's move on to the next. Next one. Sketches of Shay. Oh my god. Now, out of all of the artists that I've gotten for this video, Sketches of Shay, or just Shay, is one of my most recent inspirations. The first video I've ever watched of hers was when she designed one of her iconic characters, Strawberry Sol, and let me tell you, I was hooked. Her art style is so bomb, like, you don't even understand. Now let's get into my process. This is one of the other times I mixed an artist's style together with another method of theirs. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the overall interpretation of her style, but I will say I enjoyed coloring the skin in her style. There's something about it made it fun trying to replicate. I also thought this one would take me a while to complete, but thankfully, it didn't. I also really love the way that I painted the locks in a way that I think Shay would probably do it. It's a different way that I would have drawn it, and I'm glad because that's literally the point of the video. Other than that, this was nice. This was really good. Now let's skip to the next. Next one. Okay, I freaking love Apple Mint. I'm going to let you guys know right now, Apple Mint has been my biggest inspiration since I was in 4th grade or 5th grade, so that's how you know she means a lot to me. I should definitely go watch some of her old videos for nostalgic purposes because she and Christina Lori, aka Raw Sushi, were all I used to wanted to be like when I was younger. Now, moving on to my thoughts on this process, I can't say I enjoyed coloring and shading. I was just a little worried that I didn't make it look exactly like Apple would draw it. I will say that I really love the way that she shades the hair. So I replicated it even if it doesn't make much sense for log. I was just trying to have fun though. Anyways, there's not much I need to say, so on to the next. Next, here we have... Emirichu, oh my god, no, literally her too. Like I've been watching Emirichu since like the 5th grade or like 4th grade or something like that. Like I literally love Emirichu so much. Oh my god. Just like Appleman, I've been watching Emirichu's videos since elementary. I really just love the animatics that she's made and still makes today, and she and other artists really made me want to create my own animatics. And I tried and failed miserably. But hey, at least I can say I'd taken the time to try and learn. Anyways, in this specific style, I really tried to channel into the anime feeling, and to be honest, I channeled a little too much. This is, in my opinion, my least favorite interpretation. And whilst it was definitely different from my art style, coloring the eyes with that dark color was honestly a bad idea. This was the only attempt I can actually say that I'm a little upset over. However, then I gotta remember, I still made a good practice regardless, and that's really all that matters. Yeah, I think this is the last one. Okay, last one. Oh my god, we're just getting like back to back like people that I've known since forever and I've been inspired by since like birth. I freaking love Tammy. And for the last style of this video, Tamika, or Tammy. Tammy has also been a relatively older inspiration of mine. I just really love the way that she draws her characters' noses. Her art style is honestly so simple yet so great to look at. I've actually zoomed past this one very quickly because, to be honest with you, I tried to draw like her a very, very long time ago, and I was kind of drawing like her for a little bit until I eventually stopped and just went back to like my original art style back then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I love Tammy so much. Like, I loved her colors, I loved the way that she did. I just loved everything, okay? Anyways, that's pretty much it. And then after all that, I really had to just do the graphic design, and to be honest with you, I think I really need to like do some studying with graphic design because I'm just not good at it. But after all that, I was pretty much done. This project was really refreshing for practice, and it was just nice to see my character in many different ways. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And make sure to subscribe and like the video because I kind of need that right now. There is a possibility that I might do this type of video again in the future, so stay tuned for that. My next video will be a part 2 of my latest series, the Yandere Simulator Reimagined series. So please go watch the first one, and the next one should be out hopefully pretty soon. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye now.